Now on CoastTV News.
Local victims remembered. Delaware figure skaters tell us about the man they called a mentor and a friend. Tributes pouring in for the 2 Delaware children seen here killed coming home. Investigation underway.
Crash, alert 3.
What authorities are saying tonight about the deadly midair collision.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
3 Delawareans killed in the nation's deadliest plane crash in decades. Good evening, I'm Brandon Ferguson and welcome to CoastTV News at 11. We begin tonight with tragic Delaware ties to the deadly midair collision. A figure skating coach and 2 young skaters were killed. The University of Delaware confirms Sasha Kirsanov was a former figure skating coach at the facility in Newark, Delaware. These are the photos from the figure skating team's Instagram account. And the figure skating team paying tribute to their former coach, who they called a mentor and friend. The team's president saying in part, "There are no words to describe the depth of this loss, but we will carry his love for skating and his incredible spirit with us always." And new tonight, Senator Chris Coons has identified these young ice dancers, Sean Kay and Angela Yang, as 2 more of the victims. The 3 were in Wichita for a figure skating competition. And more tragic news from this crash impacting the coast. Steve Johnson, pictured in the middle on your screen, was aboard the American Airlines flight as well. Johnson was the captain and owner of the Control-Alt-Delete fishing boat, which regularly fished in the White Marlin Open. Coons writing in part, "It is a tragedy that none of them returned home to our state. Delaware is a state of neighbors, and tonight we hold all of our neighbors a little closer." Officials are saying there are no survivors after that American Airlines jet collided with a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter in Washington, D.C. last night. 67 people were killed. Brian Abel is in Washington with the very latest on the investigation and the recovery effort.
The Skating Club of Boston and other skaters mourning a horrific loss. 14 members of their community were on board the American Airlines flight that collided with a U.S. Army helicopter Wednesday night. Officials say there were no survivors.
The skaters, the people who were on that plane, they're our family too.
The group was returning from a developmental camp for skaters.
We just wanted to be here and be part of our community.
60 passengers and 4 crew members were on the American Airlines flight from Wichita, Kansas, bound for Reagan International Airport in Washington. Just before 9 p.m. Wednesday, that flight was hit by a Black Hawk helicopter, sending both aircraft into the Potomac River. The crash triggering a massive search operation and raising serious questions about what could have gone so wrong.
There was some sort of an elevation issue that we have immediately begun investigating at the DoD and Army level.
The National Transportation Safety Board is leading the investigation, and crews are still working to recover victims.
Our mission is to understand not just what happened, but why it happened, and to recommend changes to prevent it from happening again.
And the NTSB says they hope to have a preliminary report on the crash within 30 days. In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
In a statement released just hours ago, new Delaware Governor Matt Meyer is calling for a full investigation from the federal government. Meyer saying in part, quote, "The FAA and the U.S. Department of Defense must take all necessary measures to make sure a collision like this never happens again," unquote. And the main runway at the Reagan National Airport is the busiest in the nation, with over 800 daily takeoffs and landings every single day. This map shows the approach and exactly where the aircraft struck. And if you believe you had any loved ones on the American Airlines flight, that is from Flight 5342 from Wichita, Kansas. American Airlines has a phone number right here on your screen. That is 1-800-679-8215. This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, how do you feel about flying after this deadly midair collision? So far, as we take a look at the results, just over 60% say they still feel confident, more cautious, very nervous, avoid flying. And now, if you haven't voted yet, you can still on CoastTV.com or on our mobile app. There are multiple articles about this crash, and we will update them throughout the night. Visit CoastTV.com for those as well. And we know that this is an emotional story. and many people that use the Reagan Airport regularly, so it's very scary. We will stay with you and keep you updated, and our hearts go out to everyone involved in this sad tragedy. And we now take a live look into Milford, and our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a look at the weather. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening to you, Brendan. And what we're doing, we're taking a forensic look at what happened with the conditions surrounding that tragic accident. Reagan International Airport, at the time of the crash, 8:52. The Potomac River, the water temperature was in the 30s, which actually aided in causing a hindrance for the rescuers to try to get those folks out of there. And we had 29-mile-per-hour wind gusts reported at that present time. So you kind of get a feel as to just how significant the outside conditions really played a role in not only, how difficult it was to recover, but actually we had clear skies. Okay, so from a forensic standpoint, it wasn't a visibility problem. Even as you take a look at the wind gusts right now coming out of the south, they backed up a bit, but it's coming out of the south. But when it's pushing with all of this cold water that's in place, it makes it so difficult with just steering these vessels, Brandon. And we still have an active small craft advisory that's in effect for the same water in which the search is continuing at this time. Brandon.
Thank you, Paul. And now we're going to move to some more local news. In Lewis, the Planning Commission held a meeting talking about the Overfall Preserve neighborhood. Recommendations were made to the site plan before it goes in front of the mayors and commissioners. Recommendations involve traffic and safety concerns, as well as street lighting and open space. No date has been set yet, but there will be another public hearing about this possible development. New tonight at the Weiss Shopping Center in 5 Points. Just before 4 p.m. today, Sussex County EMS is now confirming an older woman was hit and seriously injured in the parking lot. As Delaware State Police releases more information on the status of the woman, be sure to visit the article posted to CoastTV.com. You might remember a few days ago we told you about Milton Speeders, a website and live stream that tracked drivers on Atlantic Street in Milton. That website has since been deleted. The owners say they feel like this is the most responsible step to move forward. Some neighbors think deleting it was the right move.
I just didn't agree that it was a problem right there because of forced stop signs, and also cops usually parked out on Atlantic, so most people don't speed there. So I thought that was blown out of proportion.
We reached out to the police and the mayor to see if they think speeding is an issue on the street, but we did not hear back. Flooding in Dewey Beach, it comes in from the bay to some spots and from the rainfall and storms in others. To fix that, the town is looking to undergo a project that would fix those issues and add more drainage systems to those roads. And as Coast TV News reporter Brendan Conroy shows us, a fix is exactly what those streets needed.
Rain and stormwater, even ocean water, are creating puddles and flooding on the streets of Dewey Beach, especially on Jersey and Reed streets. The town is working on a solution.
This is a localized depression, and there's no stormwater management, there's no stormwater conveyance in that area.
The Dewey Beach Infrastructure Committee met Thursday to review plans for these streets. The Reed Ave project aims to address significant flooding issues, especially with tides, using a $1 million grant from the Army Corps. Bob Holmer is the project manager at Beacon Engineering.
The storms are becoming more intense, higher amounts of rain falling in shorter periods of time, and the ground can only absorb so much water.
For Jersey Street, the engineering group plans to widen sidewalks and add more sewage and drainage systems. Darrell Helms lives on Jersey Street and says flooding is a big problem.
It just depends on the rainstorms, but I would say you have 3 or 4 floodings a year. This year was a little less, quite honestly, because of how dry it was, but we're just waiting for it to come back.
Town manager Bill Zolper is looking forward to the results of the project.
I'm very confident that it's going to mitigate the water that stands on Jersey Street.
Let me show you what some of this water looks like on Jersey Street. If you look in front of me, a huge puddle right here on what we would consider a calm day, but still lots of water extending down there. I have a trusty stick with me too to see how deep we're talking. Let's get a little test right there. And that is clearly enough to get your feet, your socks, and your shoes soaked. And that's what Dewey Beach is trying to minimize with these new projects. While these fixes won't be immediate, the Jersey Street project is expected to wrap up in 2 to 3 weeks after work starts, with completion right around Easter. In Dewey Beach, Brendan Conroy, Coast TV News.
Dewey Beach Town Manager Bill Zalper tells Coast TV the town is just waiting on all of the materials to arrive before work starts on these projects. Be sure to join us Saturday for the Delmarva Job Fair. If you're looking for a job, there will be dozens of employers on site in the gym at the Delaware Technical Community College in Georgetown. Bring your resume this Saturday, February 1st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Take a look at our expectations for Friday, starting as early as 4:30 in the morning and throughout the afternoon. Embedded thunderstorms, so we're looking at an all-day rain event, and we'll talk about it leading into possibly Saturday as well. All your details coming up in 60 seconds.
But first, a therapy dog making a big impression in Lewis. We have the heartwarming story next on Coastal Connections. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
Windsor Teak of Falmouth Island offers over 100 different teak tables, over 24 different extension tables featuring self-storing leaves. They come in 2 different heights, dining and counter, plus 2 different widths and 2 different shapes, oval and rectangular. Extension tables start at 66 inches long and go up to 138 inches long and can seat from 6 to 16 people. Plus over 36 different folding tables. Our drop leaf folding tables can be used with 1 or 2 leaves up. When both leaves are folded down, you can store the tables in just 7 inches of space. The drop leaf tables come in 3 different heights, dining, counter, and bar. And come in 4 different shapes, oval, round, rectangular, and square. Don't forget to check out the non-folding tables, coffee and side tables, and buffet tables. Drop by our showroom and smell the teak. Or visit our website at windsorteakfurniture.com. And remember, teak lasts a lifetime.
In our business, there's a phrase, never work with kids or dogs. Their star simply shines too bright. But we've got to tell you the story of Paris, the therapy poodle, who in Lewis is changing lives, one pet at a time. This is Paris, full name Grand Champion Dominion Fabulous. Weekly being a champion for people's hearts at the Lewis Senior Activity Center.
I'm grieving a loved one that has recently passed away, and this is the best medicine, being around a dog.
Yeah, want to visit? Okay. Paris is a certified therapy dog. She and her mom, Joan, spend time here, bringing a special calm and joy that only our 4-legged friends can bring.
They both smile, and they connect. They really do.
Joan and Paris also go to Delaware Hospice, where Paris brings peace.
Good girl. I remember a patient that we visited who was really at end of life, and he hadn't spoken to anybody or reacted to anybody, but they did know that he loved dogs. So they asked me if I would bring her to his room, and I did. And they just took his hand and put his hand on her, and he actually opened his eyes and smiled and said hi.
Whatever door Paris walks through, tail wagging and with those soulful puppy dog eyes, she uses her 4 paws to help people take a different type of pause.
You know, she makes everybody just stop, take a breath, and kind of refocus on what's important, just being, I think she's really about taking care of yourself.
An indefinable but undeniable type of healing, exemplified only by man's best friend.
Paris, you are so sweet.
For Coastal Connections, I'm Madeline Overturf.
You are something else.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
Shower your home with love with a new bath from Baths by Spicer Brothers. Our factory-trained experts can transform your space into one you'll love in as little as 1 day.
And with our price match guarantee and our done right guarantee, you can have peace of mind knowing your new bath or shower will last a lifetime. Right now, get 50% off installation, plus take advantage of no interest and no payments until 2026.
Call to schedule your free in-home consultation. Baths by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best. Okay, yep,
Mom,
you're good. I have your
What if your morning was just easier? At Wawa,
Good morning.
it is.
with everything you need to get your day moving. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
Dark, shadowy spaces can make your home feel small and outdated. Recessed lighting changes everything. It brightens your space, enhances your style, and even saves you money with energy-efficient options. At Expert Wire, we specialize in installing recessed lights that fit your needs, whether it's a cozy, dimmable ambiance or bright task lighting. With expert installation and commitment to quality, we'll make sure every corner of your home shines. Call Expert Wire today or visit expertwire247.com. Leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico. Get the Coast TV News app. The latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
Don't forget, this deal is too good to miss. Get $1 hot coffee, $2 iced coffee, and $3 Monster Energy drinks. Rewards members, redeem your bonus offers every day, as many times as you want. Now through February 16th. Gotta have a Wawa.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
It's time for us to go ahead and pull out the rain gear. Looks like we're going to have an all-day rain event as it pertains to Friday, but at least it's going to be warmer, so we're not concerned about any kind of snow, anything crazy like that. Our Bay Health camera in Milford, we're at 40 degrees at this present time, and we're going to stay in the low 40s, but the rain is going to begin to kick in for us right around the 1 o'clock hour. And so if you work the overnight shift or the graveyard shift, yeah, you'll see it start, but most of us will be greeted in the morning when we wake up. 42 degrees currently in Rehoboth Beach, Georgetown, as well as Seaford, holding at 43 in Delmar, 38 Redden, 41 right now in Milton, 39 Ocean Pines and Ocean City, 40 degrees at this hour. Starting to lose a little ground from where we were just 24 hours ago as far as 2 or 3 degrees cooler, but the winds are right now pushing nice and gently out of the south. Currently, they're not all that active for right now, but they are going to pick up momentum, the winds that is, by the time we get into a good portion of tomorrow. And you can see the evidence of it because we have a small craft advisory that's active along the beaches for us in Dewey Beach, Lewis, Rehoboth, Ocean View, Fenwick Island. This means we've got to brace for about 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Now, that same concern carries down towards Ocean Pines, Ocean City, all the way down to Chincoteague. That's going to last until Saturday, and even over towards, Cambridge, Smith Island, and Nanticoke area. We're starting to see the rain already make its push across Scotland Beach at this present time. Let me widen this a little bit more. So you can see this is part of a bigger system that's moving through, and we may see some embedded thunderstorms begin to push through here. This is a very volatile storm throughout the Midwest and the Memphis area, causing severe weather there. We don't have the thermodynamic energy in place to cause that concern, but tomorrow we are under a yellow alert day. Lots of rain, somewhat gusty winds. And then after the rain on Friday for the rest of the weekend, we are going to cool back down as the cold front pushes through. And sunshine with seasonable temperatures for this time of the year. By the way, when I say yellow alert, just as a quick reminder, a yellow alert, when we announce it, is talking about an inch of rain. Now, we're not talking about snow this time around, so I'm going to cover that up so you don't pay attention to that. About an inch of rain, okay? Then we're looking at winds sustained or gusted about 40 miles per hour. Now, if we were concerned about it going over 40 miles per hour, we would change that over to a red alert. So that's why it's just yellow, and it's an all-day situation. I mean, take a look. Friday, around noon, we see widespread scattered showers. It backs off ever so slightly, 5 o'clock. Then it kicks back in for us by really with some heavy downpours, Lewis and Ocean View, by 11 o'clock Friday night. And it continues until early Saturday morning, sticks around a little bit longer. And as far as the amount of rain, it's gone up just a touch. Instead of 1.25, 1.35 is the general concern along the coast for us now from Rehoboth down towards Ocean City. Now, we are looking at the winds still staying active. By the way, the polar bear plunge, we're looking for 44 degrees, windy conditions, and cold in the water and out. Speaking of the beaches, we're looking at scattered showers Friday, but temperatures in the 40s Saturday and Sunday for Chincoteague. Ocean City, very breezy on Saturday and 43 degrees. Then in Lewis and Rehoboth, we're looking for breezy conditions after a mild but rainy day for Friday. So as we round the forecast up, cloudy as rain develops for tonight, 57 with periods of rain and breezy, and then 47 for Saturday. Finally, here's a look at your extended forecast.
Thank you, Paul. And teens in the U.S. admit to being increasingly misled by fake content online. That's according to a new study by Common Sense Media, a nonprofit advocacy group. They asked 1,000 teenagers about their experiences with media made by generative AI tools, and about 35% reported being deceived by fake online content. More than 40% reported they had encountered content that was real yet misleading. And more than 20% said they had shared information that turned out to be fake. It's been nearly a week since the Trump administration ordered a 90-day freeze of almost all foreign aid, on top creating confusion about which activities are impacted. Sources say the suspension means some contractors are not being paid for work they've already done. Contractors working with U.S. aid often front money for work and get reimbursed later. The effects of caffeine on children and teens is still not fully known yet, but research has suggested many negative health impacts, including sleep problems, heart issues, and increased anxiety. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more on new guidelines on what children and teens should not drink.
The idea is nothing new. Concern over caffeine and added sugars in drinks has been around for a while, but some of the top health organizations have released new guidelines aimed at helping children and teens be healthier.
The reality is there's a lot of items, a lot of beverages out there, like a lot of things, are promoted as healthy, and there's no evidence that they are.
Dr. Stephen Cook with Nationwide Children's Hospital says the hope is that with these well-known organizations joining together to greenlight new beverage recommendations, it'll make it less confusing and therefore easier for parents to know what to allow and what to avoid.
What are the healthier options? And understanding how we're kind of almost being manipulated to indulge in things that really aren't healthy for us at all.
The guidelines say those ages 5 through 18 should drink plain water and plain pasteurized milk daily, the amount of which depends on factors like age, size, and physical activity. They should avoid drinks with caffeine and other stimulants, sugared beverages, and those with non-sugar sweeteners as well. The experts say to also limit 100% juice, plant-based milk alternatives, unless there's a specific medical reason to drink it, and flavored milk.
We don't want to create a restrictive type of response list, like you never can have this. It's a once in a while type of opportunity. And once in a while isn't one a day per se. Maybe it's once a week or once every other week.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Coming up in sports, a Henlopen coach honored for the impact he makes in student athletes' lives. And a new turn in the P. Diddy case, what the judge has to say now.
And don't forget our Delmarva Job Fair, Saturday, 10 o'clock to 2 p.m. Meet with employers ready to hire. By the way, here's a look at the forecast. The rain should be over by Friday in time for you to enjoy this event on Saturday with a high of 46 degrees.
Download the CoastTV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
For family trips, adventures with friends, or just getting your first car, the Car Store is ready to help you upgrade your relationship with the open road. A great selection to choose from, price to move, and backed by the Car Store Certified Advantage. TheCarStoreOnline.com.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, like myself in tile, to ensure that you have the best product to fit your needs, and that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your remodel.
I was able to look at everything that I was looking for my new kitchen, including the backsplash and the countertop and the sinks all in one place.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Your child deserves the best. When your child is sick, every moment counts. And the team at Tidal Health Pediatrics understands the urgency of such situations. Whether it's a sudden fever, a troubling cough, or another pediatric ailment, your child will be seen when they need it most. Schedule your child's appointment now at tidalhealth.org/findapediatrician or call 410-912-5785 because your child's health is our top priority. Tidal Health Pediatrics, compassionate care when you need it most.
A wet crawl space is a lurking hazard, inviting mold, rot, and structural worries. The answer is Brazier's Crawl Space Encapsulation. Our specialist tailors the solution to your exact crawl space. Our expert team cleans and upgrades your crawl space into a pristine, protected environment, and we only use April Air dehumidifiers. Reliable and robust, complete with a 5-year warranty. Take the first step to a drier, safer home. Call Brazier's or visit our website. Your peace of mind is just one call away.
You already know Robinson's family of businesses as coin experts. They also specialize in natural and now lab diamonds. Robinson's has the largest selection and the largest jewelry showroom on Delmarva with 8 jewelers on staff.
Did you know that lab diamonds are the same as natural diamonds, just lacking nitrogen from the earth? Lab-created diamonds have the same carat weight and grade and density as natural diamonds, but at only 1/3 of the cost.
With decades of serving our community, we're glad to be your trusted family business. Robinson's family of businesses, where Delmarva gets engaged.
When it comes to trucks, the truck store has just about everything. Work vans, SUVs, and trucks. Lots of trucks. So get to the truck store now in Del Mar and Dover. Do more, play more, get more. MyTruckStoreOnline.com.
2 additional female victims have been added to the Sean Diddy Combs federal case. Thursday, federal prosecutors filed an indictment and expanded the racketeering conspiracy allegations to include the latest victims. The 55-year-old was previously charged with racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution with a former girlfriend, known as Victim 1 in the case. Now to another high-stakes case. Harvey Weinstein begged a judge Wednesday to move up his trial date for sex crime charges. He told the judge he might not make it to the April 15th date because of what he called, quote, medieval conditions at Rikers Island, where he is currently being held. He pleaded that even moving up it a week could make a difference. The judge said he can't move it up before April because of scheduling conflicts. Weinstein is set to face charges from allegations involving 3 accusers. The U.S. economy showed resiliency in 2024. The Commerce Department reports the economy expanded 2.3% during the fourth quarter compared to the year before. The data is based on gross domestic product measurements. Analysts say strong consumer spending and a healthy labor market helped fuel the growth. This GDP report comes one day after the Federal Reserve decided to keep its key interest rates steady. Spotify says it's paid $10 billion to the music industry just last year. That's $1 billion more than the streaming service paid out the previous year. It brings the grand total up to $60 billion since Spotify started in 2006. One caveat is artists don't necessarily see all of that money. Spotify pays music right holders, which are usually record labels and publishers. Now to money in sports. The Super Bowl is less than 2 weeks away. That means it's time to learn how valuable those ads are for the big game. If you want a 30-second spot during the Super Bowl, get ready to shell out big bucks. How about $8 million? Not only is that record, it eclipses the already $7 million record rate originally set by Fox, but as the game gets closer, demand is exceeding. Available time and the rate has also skyrocketed. New tonight, a Henlopen coach recognized for his dedication to his student-athletes' success on and off the field. Delmarva Sports Network's Kayla Santiago has the story.
Seaford Middle School, the home of the Blue Jays, and head basketball coach Jawan Civils. And today, he walked into a big surprise.
We're here today because of the impact that you make on and off the court for all of your athletes, and we're excited to announce that you are our winner for the Coach Who Makes a Difference Award, so congratulations. And not just that, you also get a $500 check to the program from our friends at Preston Automotive, so we'll bring them up here as well.
And Coach Civils says this award is a testament to the student athletes.
They work so hard day in and day out. From the years I've been here, from last year to this year, they come in every day. Knowing the days are going to be hard each and every day, but how they come in and fight and get through adversity of what they go through in everyday life. Basketball is an outlet that I am glad that I can do what I can do for them.
And the impact that Coach Civils makes does not go unnoticed by the student athletes.
He means a lot to me, like the work he put in
for us is like what we need and what we love.
He helps us work every day and make us get better, and he wanted just like as we wanted.
Congratulations to Seaford Middle School basketball coach Jawan Civils for winning the Coach Who Makes a Difference award. Reporting from Seaford, Delaware for the Delmarva Sports Network, I'm Kayla Santiago.
We now take a live look into Salisbury, and after the break here on Coast TV News at 11, we have a final check on your forecast.
Listen to 93.5 The Beach, Delmarva's rock station.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation where we bring the showroom to you.
Most patients would like to avoid eye drops, but for glaucoma patients, those drops can be the difference between normal vision and significant vision loss. At Chesapeake Eye Center, we strive to protect our patients' vision, even if it requires daily eye drops. Thankfully, there's another alternative, an advanced laser called SLT. This painless laser can be performed in the office in minutes and decrease pressure for years. Many of our patients have had this laser and no longer use drops.
For more information about Chesapeake Eye, click Delmarva Experts.
Start the year off right with a new mattress from Johnny Janosik's Mattress World. Shop the biggest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. Right now, save up to $1,200 on Kingsdown mattresses. Plus, get a $300 rewards card with your premium mattress purchase. And save more with 0% APR for up to 48 months. Your better days start with a better night's rest. Visit Johnny Janosik's Mattress World today.
Shower your home with love with a new bath from Bath by Spicer Brothers. Our factory-trained experts can transform your space into one you'll love in as little as 1 day.
And with our price match guarantee and our done right guarantee, you can have peace of mind knowing your new bath or shower will last a lifetime. Right now, get 50% off installation, plus take advantage of no interest and no payments until 2026.
Call to schedule your free in-home consultation. Bath by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
Taylor Swift entering the professional football world was massive.
It's been a perfect storm. Viewership is money.
It instantly created this sense of FOMO for everyone.
The Swift Effect, Episode 2, The Swift Effect on the NFL. This Saturday at noon on CoastTV. Sponsored locally on CoastTV by Pohanka Kia. Come experience the Pohanka difference.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
Will Smith announced his first album in 2 decades and released a new single. The album, titled Based on a True Story, drops in March. It will feature several already released singles and the new song titled Beautiful Scars. The video for the song with Big Sean has Smith portraying Neo from the Matrix movies. Smith turned down that role in the late 90s. And Paul, do you think you're going to be tuning into the new Will Smith album?
Probably not, but I am interested in looking at the video because of him looking like Neo. That's kind of an interesting situation and story, by the way. Tunnel Razor camera in Lewis, 44 degrees with the winds pushing out of the north at about 12 miles per hour. We're looking for temperatures to stay in the 40s, but the rain beginning to kick in by 1 o'clock. Lasting when it starts at 1 o'clock, pretty much not going to stop, and I'll show you why here in a second. You can see the wave of rain is beginning to tiptoe its way towards us right now, creeping in out of the southwest, already pushing across Endicott and headed towards Chincoteague at this present hour. We do have concerns for very gusty winds. We have a small craft advisory in effect over towards the Newcastle and Cambridge area, and that's about 25 mile per hour winds. We have that same concern for Lewis, Rehoboth, Dewey Beach, as well as Ocean View until Saturday evening. And that's all the way down towards Chincoteague for the entire Delmarva Peninsula. So it's this wave of rain that's going to start for Friday and stick around. It'd be a good time to have an umbrella. Oh, and speaking of that, Gina from Rehoboth Beach, she's our new winner, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. Keep up with your forecast. We're tracking everything. Call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law office of Brugstead, Mendelis, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling extended forecast. Now remember, we have a yellow alert day for Friday because we're looking at least an inch, possibly an inch and a third, or close to an inch and a half of rain with at least 30 to 35 mile per hour winds. And that thing you see on Sunday, that's Groundhog Day, Brandon.
Looking forward to Groundhog Day, and I'm going to stick to Fresh Prince myself too, Paul. Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon, is up next. We'll see you tomorrow morning for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.